Today, every third to fourth adult suffers from fatty liver disease, and up to 75% of people with severe obesity or type 2 diabetes do as well. What's surprising, most of them drink little or no alcohol at all. The food that damages their liver the most is often sitting right in their own kitchen, and it's not what most people think. The liver is not a fragile organ. It is one of the most regenerative systems in the human body. But that is exactly what makes it dangerous, because it suffers silently for a long time, without pain, without clear warning signs. What still seems harmless today can within a few years lead to diabetes, heart attack, or liver cirrhosis. This video is not about bans. It is about understanding why a seemingly healthy food puts more strain on the liver than alcohol, and what happens inside the body, hour by hour, week by week. The liver performs over 500 vital functions. It stores energy, regulates blood sugar, breaks down hormones, neutralizes toxins, and decides whether energy is burned or stored. You can think of it as a central logistics hub. Everything that comes from the gut passes through the liver first. It decides what gets released and what must be stored. In fatty liver disease, fat accumulates directly inside liver cells. From a medical perspective, a fat content of more than 5% is considered fatty liver. It used to be seen as a typical disease of alcoholics. Today, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is the most common liver disease worldwide, and it affects athletic, lean people as well.
The cruel thing about fatty liver disease is its silence. The liver does not hurt. Many affected people simply feel tired, mentally exhausted, have concentration problems, bloating, or a feeling of pressure in the upper right abdomen, symptoms that hardly anyone associates with the liver. Blood values often remain normal for a long time. Only modern ultrasound or elastography methods show how stiff or fatty the liver tissue already is. And if fatty liver disease remains untreated, it can slowly turn into fibrosis and later into liver cirrhosis. But the greatest danger lies elsewhere. Statistically, people with fatty liver disease die more often from cardiovascular disease than from liver failure. Why? Because a fatty liver loses its role in sugar and fat metabolism. Normally, the liver stores sugar and releases it in a controlled manner. But in fatty liver disease, it constantly releases glucose into the blood, even when the body doesn't need it. The result is insulin resistance. The pancreas produces more and more insulin. At some point, it becomes exhausted. Type 2 diabetes develops. At the same time, the diseased liver produces more triglycerides in unfavorable lipoproteins. Inflammatory substances enter the bloodstream. Blood vessels are damaged. Fatty liver disease is therefore not a local problem, it is a systemic disruptor.
Lean, athletic, soccer training several times a week. During a routine checkup, his liver values are slightly elevated. The diagnosis, fatty liver. He is shocked. No fast food, no excess weight, hardly any alcohol. But after every training session, a beer. And every morning after jogging, 2 large glasses of freshly squeezed fruit juice. What looked like a healthy lifestyle to him was daily, chronic stress for his liver. And this is exactly where the real problem begins. Half a liter to 1 liter of beer per day over months can significantly increase the risk of alcoholic fatty liver disease. Hard liquor is particularly toxic. But even here, there is good news. If alcohol is consistently avoided, liver fat can already be measurably reduced within 2 to 4 weeks. Alcohol is harmful, but it is not the main reason for the global explosion in fatty liver cases.
The main driver of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is called fructose. Fructose is metabolized almost exclusively in the liver. Glucose, on the other hand, is used by muscles, the brain, and other organs. When too much fructose arrives, the liver has no choice. It converts it directly into fat. This process is called de novo lipogenesis, and it runs particularly efficiently. Fructose is not found only in soft drinks and sweets. It is found in fruit juices, smoothies, processed foods, and in supposedly healthy alternatives like agave syrup, which consists of about 90.
Whole fruit behaves completely differently. Fiber slows absorption. The liver receives fructose in small amounts. It can process it. It becomes problematic when fruit turns into a sugar source, in liquid form, or in extreme quantities. Berries contain little fructose. Mangoes, grapes, or fruit juices contain significantly more. The form decides, not the healthy label. Industrially processed foods contain trans fats, added sugars, and pro-inflammatory fats. They worsen insulin resistance and further drive silent inflammation. The liver becomes overfilled and inflamed at the same time, a dangerous double attack. Studies show a weight loss of 7 to 10% can significantly reduce liver fat and push back inflammation. In early stages, even a reversal of fibrosis is possible. Low carbohydrate or ketogenic diets can reduce liver fat more quickly in the first weeks. In the long term, however, the Mediterranean diet performs particularly well. Plenty of vegetables, legumes, nuts, fish, olive oil, little sugar, and highly processed products.
Regular physical activity improves insulin sensitivity in muscles. As a result, less energy is pushed back to the liver. The liver is relieved, even if body weight stays the same. Adequate protein intake, about 1 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, is associated with less liver fat. Interestingly, studies show that plant-based protein often has more favorable effects than purely animal protein. More fiber, less saturated fat, less inflammation. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli or Brussels sprouts contain protective plant compounds. Green tea, flaxseed, walnuts, and oats have anti-inflammatory effects and stabilize blood sugar. Black coffee, without sugar and milk, according to studies, even lowers the risk of liver cirrhosis. Choline from eggs helps the liver break down fat. Omega-3 fatty acids act like fire extinguishers against inflammation. This information does not replace medical advice. People with advanced liver disease, diabetes on medication, eating disorders, or during pregnancy should always discuss changes with their doctors. Weight loss that is too rapid can also strain the liver. Safety comes first. Fatty liver disease is not a death sentence. It is a warning signal. Not alcohol alone, but daily fructose in liquid and highly processed form is the real accelerant. Those who understand how energy enters the body and how the liver decides can reverse this process. If this video helped you, feel free to leave a comment. Which foods surprised you the most? And if you want to learn more about metabolism, fasting, and the silent language of the body, subscribe to the channel.